Hey, this is Russ. Yeah, I'm inside again. Yeah, it's raining today. We got drizzles going on all day long as well. So, yeah, back inside again. So I wanted to talk about some different things that come to my attention. I just so happened to go on Facebook just to see what's been going on there. And apparently there's some Facebook Messenger messages for me. Yeah, I mentioned before, I don't answer those. Yeah, don't Facebook Messenger message me because I don't usually look at them, okay? Just happened to notice a couple of them. I didn't really even read it because I just kind of zipped through them real quickly. But yeah, if you send me a message on Facebook Messenger, don't do that, okay? Send it to me on any of the current videos. That's where I usually see any message. Even if it doesn't fall in line with the topic that we're talking about, send it through there. I will see it there and I'll answer it there. Okay, so if you send me anything on Facebook Messenger, yeah, it's not gonna be answered by me. Same thing for Instagram. Okay, don't send me questions there because I usually don't look at them. I just have a presence there, but I really don't pay much attention to it. Okay, so that's out of the way. Here's another thing that I thought was interesting. Yesterday's video we talked about where e-bike builder had a problem with somebody calling him out. And then I also mentioned too that I've been called a criminal for passing through stop signs. Okay, I'm telling you, anytime you mention anything like that, some type of controversy or something, the view counts go up a lot faster. I've noticed this. All right, I should put a disaster on every single video. Then we'll see the view counts go crazy. No, okay. Luckily, nothing happened to either one of us. My thing where they called me a criminal was just put as a comment, but e-bike builder had somebody actually literally confront him. Yeah, that's unbelievable. Yeah, if you go to that video and you look at it, I think you'd be kind of shocked as well. I was kind of shocked. Somebody would actually stop you like that. The guy went chasing after him. That's the crazy thing about it. You know, he passed his thing up and then I don't know how long it took, but yeah, the guy actually rode his ATV and chased after him. That's nuts. People are a little crazy. That's for sure. And then some others, of course, have mentioned too that they've had some incidences that happened as an e-bike rider. So yeah, be careful out there. People tend to be a little extreme sometimes. Yeah, it's just, this. Well, of course, on the thing for his is not road rage, but I think it's kind of like road rage, right? People get crazy when they're in their cars and on the road or whatever. I've never really had too much problems with other bike riders, except for that one woman who called me out when I was at Busty Woods. Yeah, I think that's the only time that was actually more confrontational than anything. Although she kept riding as she yelled out towards me, but I have had people, call me a cheater, and like the little old lady who she's kind of funny. She's like, it's only 15 miles per hour here. You will get people like that. Yeah. So I always wondered how she could actually tell I was going 18 miles an hour. She must be built-in radar or something. Be careful. That's all I'm saying. Be careful of people. E-bike builder was also saying something like, do I have to carry a weapon with me? Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. That might be a little too much. But I do carry pepper spray. Not on all my bikes. I have it on the Deer 20. Used to be on the Rad Rover. Yeah, I'm sweating up pretty good here. I don't know why. Yeah, sometimes I just start sweating. I'm sweating now. Maybe it's from thinking about all these confrontations that can happen. No, I do carry pepper spray on that one bike. I don't have a pepper spray can for every bike, and it's too difficult to move that holster to every bike, every time I ride it. If there was an easy way for me to do, I guess I could rig up something with like Velcro or something where I could just strap it around my front baskets all the time. Then I could bring it along with me. But yeah, I would think, something like that, having pepper spray is not a bad idea. If some guy's going to physically attack you, at least you have something. I mean, I wouldn't carry a gun. I wouldn't carry a knife. Those things could get you in more trouble than anything else. Okay, so, but something like pepper spray or stun gun, if it's legal in your states, okay, make sure whatever you have with you is legal. In our area, the pepper spray is legal. It's sold readily in stores. So yeah, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Be careful out there. Okay, what else do we want to talk about today? Not a whole lot of other stuff. I just kept thinking about the fact that, we try to have fun as we go out riding, right? We're riding our bike for either exercise or just to see the neighborhoods or whatever. For me, it's not so much exercise anymore. It's just to try to keep my knees moving. I usually ride with the throttle, but then I usually will try to pedal a certain amount as I head home. Okay, that's about the extent of my knee rehab. I guess if I did more, maybe it'd be better, but I don't know. So we have our purposes of why we ride, what we do, where we're going, what we're trying to achieve on that ride. And for me, it's always been go to different places. That's why I always want that second battery. I want to go to different places. I want to see different things that maybe I can't see as well if I was driving a car. People have said too, if you like to go fast, why don't you just buy a motorcycle? Well, I can't go on bike paths with the motorcycle. All right. No motorized vehicles on this path. Remember that? But I can with my bike, even though some people feel that, you shouldn't be on there because you have a motorized vehicle. No, that's not the type of motorized vehicle they're really talking about. They're talking about motorcycles, gas-powered vehicles, go-karts, that kind of stuff, okay? Dirt bikes, motorized dirt bikes, gas-powered motorized dirt bikes. They're talking about that. Snowmobiles at Bussy Woods, they allow snowmobiles in certain areas, but not on the path, okay? So that's really what they're talking about. So if I had a motorized vehicle like a motorcycle, I wouldn't be able to go to those areas. And I think that's one of the things that I think it's nice to having a bicycle, because you can go into those areas. And the same thing with e-bikes too, okay? You can go into those areas. Now, they may have regulations about the class of e-bike, class 1, class 2, class 3s. I've always thought it was kind of funny when they said class 3 bikes are not allowed here, but class 1s and 2s are. But if you had a class 3 bike and you only rode it to 15 miles per hour and didn't exceed it, what difference does it make if it's a class 2, 1, or 3? Because you're still doing less than what the 3 is capable of. Class 3 can go up to 28 miles per hour under your pedaling, okay? But if you're only going to go 15, what difference does the class really make? And this is where I think they really need to start reevaluating the regulations for certain places that, if you're going to allow a class 1 and 2 on here, they should allow the 3 as long as the 3 doesn't go past a certain speed. I think the regulation really shouldn't be whether it's a motorized vehicle of a bike or whether it's a class. It should be based on speed. It really should. Which brings us, of course, to the same thing about the bike stopping. And every time we mention this, there's always someone who has to talk a little bit more about it on the comments. Technically speaking, you do break the law if you don't fully stop. But I think even the police officers know it's very difficult and probably more dangerous for a bike rider to fully 100% physically stop and then continue again. That is tough. I mean, if you did this every 2 blocks, because many streets actually, there's a stop sign after every 2 blocks sometimes. That's more dangerous for the bike rider than it is for him to just slow down, look around, and then move forward, okay? But I don't know. It'll be a while before all states approach this thing as something that they can adopt. There are some states that, where is it at? Is it Idaho? I don't know where it is. Or is it Oregon? I have no idea. Somewhere out there, they adopt it as a rolling stop is what bike riders should do. It's essentially, it's turned into like a yield sign, right? You roll up, you slow down, you look around. If there's nobody there, move and go, okay? That's what they really should do. So we'll see. We'll see if things change over time. So, all right, what else? What else? Other things that tend to bother me. Oh, and somebody mentioned too that, I don't know how he put it, but he put it in a comment that, I don't know what he said. He had some derogatory thing about me. I had to ban that guy. Yeah, I always said, if you're going to insult me, you're not sticking around, okay? If you insult our our viewers, you're not sticking around. I mean, you can watch, but you can't comment anymore then. So yeah, be careful what you say, because sometimes I might ban you for that. So what does banning basically mean? It means that you can watch the video, you just can't make comments anymore. Okay. So anyway, there's always somebody that says something. So every now and then someone is getting banned simply because they're not nice. Yeah. I get a lot of them on that senior video too. That's the one video that I've had that's gone viral, that's gone over 1 million views. Okay, and usually I will get some comments. Even to this day, it is the most viewed video. People keep watching that video, or more people keep watching that video, and so of course more comments will come in. But if you read some of the comments, some of them are really long threads. You know, other people commenting to the other people's comments and stuff like that. And on occasion, I will get someone who will blast me for the stop sign thing on there. So, but yeah, the thing is, I can't answer that over and over. It gets tiring. Think about it. If 1 million people see it, even if a tenth of those people made a comment about that thing or asked me why I passed the stop sign. I've said it so many times, I don't want to repeat it anymore, in the sense of having to retype it again. And some people take offense that you responded to them too about it. So it's like they put a comment to you to tell you how bad you are as a person as you pass through the stop sign. But then when you try to explain yourself, then they take offense that you explained yourself. So you really can't win sometimes. So, but anyways, for some of you other guys who actually have YouTube channels now, and you're starting to do it, and you're starting to realize that sometimes you're finding people are not happy with what they see, or they have a comment that's negative towards you, that's part of being YouTubers, okay? There's always going to be someone who's going to troll you and is going to say something. So I found the fastest and easiest way to do that is just ban them. Yeah, ban them. They'll never be able to say anything to you again. I know some of you guys too will actually say something to them first, and then you ban them because you want to get your 2 cents in back to them. Well, that just fuels them even more. So the best thing is just to, just disregard it, ban them if you don't like it, and then move on. So chances are they're never coming back to your channel anyway. If they're that upset with you, they're not going to come back. And sometimes if they do, they'll come back. They'll give you a thumbs down on all your videos. Like I said, I used to have like 3 or 4 guys who would consistently give me thumbs down. Now we're down to 1, sometimes 2. Okay, so some of them have finally moved on, I think, and they stopped that. Now that I've mentioned it, we'll see the thumbs down coming up again. So you can't win, is what I'm saying. You can't win when those things happen. So let's talk about too becoming a YouTuber, because a lot of you guys have started channels. I've noticed that many of the Russ is Right viewers have their own channels now, or are starting a new channel. Let me just say this, is that, well, first off, it's tough now because we're in the fall, we're going to be heading into the winter. In general, I find that less people watch these videos during the winter months. You know, last 3 years that we've been doing this now, the last 2 years of e-bike winter videos, the amount of people watching drops. Okay, so but that's kind of to be known, because you know most of these people are riding during the spring through fall time. So when you hit winter, the interest isn't as there, and there's so much things else going on. There's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, all sorts of New Year's, all sorts of things are going on. So you'll find that your viewers will drop. And if you're starting a new channel now, it might be a tough time to do it, because even established YouTubers have a hard time getting that attention for the type of videos that I make. You know, the e-bike type viewing. So. Let's talk about manufacturers too, because I've noticed too that sometimes the manufacturers are very responsive to you, and sometimes they're not. Okay, and sometimes the viewers will ask me to ask the manufacturers on their behalf what they should do about this and that. And really, I like I mentioned before, I really hate being in the middle of it. So I really don't want you to send me your problems about it for me to try to help you to the companies, because the only people I talk to are the people in the marketing side, that they want me to make a video for them by reviewing their bike, okay? But I have no say in how they run their businesses, or whether they will honor their warranties, or what their U.S. presence is, all that stuff. I have no say in the matter, okay? So please don't put me in the middle of those type of things. And also, some of our manufacturers I've had the same, I call them my handlers, the guys that handle the YouTubers and the other influencers. I've had some of these guys have been with me since I started, and it's the same people who are handling this. On the other hand, other companies, I've gone through several people who handle the account. And so I don't even have a relationship with these people more than a couple of months before someone else has taken over that job. So, and like I said, even for Magicycle, a lot of people know that I have a lot of things with Magicycle because I've taken most of their bikes. I've gone through like 4 handlers with them. I think it's been 4 or 5, something like that. And the current person who's handling my account, I don't hear from her that often. Yeah, so Magicycle, if you're watching, yeah, I like to hear from you guys. I want to keep that relationship going, but I don't hear from her that much. So I only hear from her if she needs something or if they have a new bike or something, maybe I'll hear from her at that point. But anything in between, if there's some problems or some issues that are going on, sometimes I have actually had to ask them a couple of times to get their attention. And previous handlers that I had from Magicycles, I didn't have that problem. But the current one that I have now, not to say she's bad or anything like that, but I really have no relationship with her. I'm basically at level 0 again. I have no clout, okay? So unless, Magicycle prefers to have more clout with me, I need to hear from them more often. And same thing with other manufacturers. If they want more things out of me, I need to hear from them too, so that we build some type of relationship with the company so we know what's going on. But currently, I don't have that. So, if you have issues with Magicycle or the like, yeah, don't contact me on your behalf because I have my own issues trying to get their attention as well. All right. I think this is common for a lot of companies because they don't see that the relationship building between their influencers and the company is actually kind of important because the influencer is trying to show their product and showcase it. And if it's a good review, they'll give them a good review, but they also have to understand that sometimes it may not be a good review. It might be something that's a negative, and in which case it could affect, the relationship sometimes. But this is the chance I think manufacturers have to take if they want their product reviewed, because nobody wants to really do a review of something and they know it's bad. After they've reviewed it, they're not going to say it's good, all right? But you still need to maintain that relationship, is what I'm basically saying. So, all right, anyway, I think this is the second time I mentioned Magicycle. And then the reason I do that is because most people see me as, as Magicycle's big influencer person because I've been with them longer than many of the others. And Magicycle seems to send me a lot of stuff, and it's true. They do send me a lot of things, and also I've gotten every bike that they've made up to this point. Don't know if that'll be the case forever, okay? And they tell me that I've sold a lot of Magicycles for them, and I know it based on the commissions that come through from you buying through the affiliate link, and I see it, okay? So I know a lot of Magicycles are sold because of the RUSSISRIGHT channel. Now, other bike companies get some too. Not everybody buys the Magicycle bike. Some buy the Himiway. Just recently, I had someone just bought an Engwe. So there are brands that also get sold because of the RUSSISRIGHT channel. So I do my best. I try to represent it, but I also ride their bikes too. I try my best to make sure that they get representation. They get something out of it for giving me a bike, right? But again, if that bike is no good, yeah, they're not going to get it. So I try to filter it out, as you know. I try my best to find products that I would say, yeah, I might buy something like this, or I would be interested to try it to see if it's any good. Some have asked me, how are we to know that these bikes are not good if you don't review them and tell us it's bad? That's a good point. I understand what you're saying there, but it's hard for me to take a product when I kind of already in the back of my mind know that this is probably not going to be that good. I know then I'm just taking it in so I can bash it, and I'm not going to do that, okay? And don't ask me who's the companies that I rejected, because I'm not going to do that either, all right? It's not fair to them to do that. I mean, they reached out. They wanted to see if I would be interested, and I wasn't. So if I wasn't, that's the end of it as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to tell who it is or what the brand is or what the motto is and the like, okay? It's not going to happen, all right? Others have asked me, why haven't you reached out to certain other brands, So because you really want me to review one of their bikes. Well, I mentioned this before. I don't go begging for bikes. All right. If they contact me and they need help in marketing in that sense from a review, if I'm interested in that bike, I will respond back and say yes. Okay. But I won't be going out and asking for the bikes. Now, others have on my behalf contacted manufacturers and asked them to check out Russ's Right channel, maybe give him a bike to review. But every time you do that, nobody has ever come back and said, hey, we'd like you to review the bike. So as many as, people who go to the same company and say, hey, check out Russ's Right, check out Russ's Right. I don't think it doesn't matter. I think they will pick who they want to pick. And some of the companies, too, are fairly large companies that you've mentioned and say, why don't you check this company out? Why don't you do a review of that one? It's pretty popular. I think if the company's product is pretty popular, they don't need additional help. So sending me a bike is costly to them. It's just going to cost them money to send it to me. And if the reviews in general are pretty good from other reviewers, what do they need me for? If you think about it, all it's going to do is cost them money. So they're already getting the sales that they need. They don't need additional people to review it. That's why sometimes you may not see bikes coming my way. Now, if they're a brand new company and they may then at that point say, let's check this out. Let's see if he's interested. And I think to date now we're up to like 92 or 93 bikes that I've actually turned down at this point. Most of these bikes look like electric bikes. Yeah. You know the style I'm talking about, like electric XP style? They kind of all look like that. I mean, like all of them look like that. So I keep thinking, what do they have to offer that's different than the electric? If electric has such a big share of the market based on their design, I don't know if it's their design or if they're the same as them, but they have a huge share of the marketplace for that style bike. What is it that this other company is going to be able to offer that's even better than that? It's already there. So, but they're all trying to get into the marketplace, and this is where, for me, it's hard for me to say yes and take it, because I just kind of look at it, it's just another clone of that bike. Yeah, it's just not interesting. It gets to the point when you've seen so many of them, it's just not interesting for me to even consider that. Now, if I took all of those bikes, you'd probably look at it and say, it's another one that looks just like that. What's the big deal, this and this? So it doesn't benefit anyone, So sometimes they're better off to look for another YouTuber who hasn't done any reviews, or somebody who doesn't have one of those styles of bike. Maybe they should do the review of that bike. So that's how it works out. So I have not taken any bikes that are from new brands in a while at this point. So, it's a possibility I may never get any more bikes. I mean, that's possible. But on the other hand, I know new products eventually will be coming out. And I'm hoping that the existing companies that I'm currently working with have new products that's exciting enough that we can review those products. And then if the one or two brands that come in that, into the marketplace that are new, that are different and exciting, I hope they reach out, and then maybe I can do one of their products for review. All right, that's about all I wanted to talk about for today. Kind of talk a little bit about all the issues that happen as a YouTuber, and then also the frustration sometimes that we have as YouTubers trying to get products, and why we pick certain products to review, certain products we don't want to review. And my reasoning is a lot of them look the same. They do. I mean, if I took them and you would just say, oh, it's another electric clone. I mean, there's a lot. I'm not kidding. There is a lot that look exactly like that. So anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I'll talk to you guys next time.